Okay, hello again. This is Freedom Will Not Die. Now, I had an interesting little encounter today. It wasn't really an encounter; it was more of something I overheard. But I overheard a few feminist women talking about communism of all things, and how capitalism is part of patriarchy or something. I don't know. I didn't hear exactly what they were talking about, but it revolved around communism. So I kind of wanted to talk about that today. All right. So communism. That is a very terrifying word to anyone who wants freedom. Because just look at the 20th century, and you know that communism just does not work at all. Like, no possible way it can work. Because it destroys the fundamental paradigm of human beings and caring about anything. Because we care about ourselves more than others in general, right? So it's not a hard thing to think of it, because we are ourselves and we know ourselves more than anyone else. We therefore care about ourselves more than everyone else in a way. But with communism, you're supposed to not care about yourself at all, care about the group. It's that cultural Marxism thing. And it does not work with human beings at all. It's just not how we're wired, not how we're designed at all. Or, evolved. You know what I mean? But this is not how we are at all. It does not fit with us. And of course we're a tribal species, a species that can, accurately coexist with one another and stuff, but private property is something that is incredibly important to us. It is something we must preserve and protect, no matter what. And if we don't have private property, then we have no reason to actually work for anything, because nothing is owned by us. So, like, let's say if you're a dude and you get married to someone, right? Like, you get married to a girl and you have a kid, and you know that's your kid, right? So you're going to have a vested interest in keeping that kid safe and happy, because you know it's your kid, and you want to protect it, and, or him or her or whatever. You want to protect the child, make sure the child grows up and is happy and alright and all that, right? Now, let's say in this other scenario, there's this commune, and you just screw every woman in there, and all the other dudes screw every woman in there. Well, then you have no vested interest in any of the children, because you have no idea, unless you do a DNA test, that any of those kids are yours, or if they're someone else's. So why should you help them? And that's the problem with this communal crap. It just does not work in reality at all. It just, you can get together as a community for common goals and good things, but when it comes to foundational things about society, like private property or children, like something like that, it just does not fit in any way. It's just so against our very nature that it's insane to even think we could fight it. So that's the main problem I see with communism. The communal aspect. This constant public instead of private thing. Because communism basically comes down to there is no private property. Everything is owned by the government, the state, Everything is communal. Human beings do not fit in that paradigm well at all. At least not good human beings that actually want to make a better world, or, want to achieve great things. They don't fit in that paradigm well at all. And that paradigm will fall apart because of that. Because you need the good, the strong, good people to be part of your society. The people who want to make changes, who want to make things better, you need them in your society, or your society goes to complete shit. Simple as that. And with communism, well, anyone smart enough is either going to be killed because they're against the communist ideas, or they're going to get away somehow. Because being part of that is horrible for anyone who understands the basics of human nature. It won't work. It doesn't matter what you say. Communism cannot work and will never work. And that's another problem with the whole feminist stuff, is they bring in that cultural Marxism from communism, put it into their ideology. And that's one of the foundations as to why their rhetoric will never work in real life, and it's just a whole bunch of nonsense. Because they're always thinking in this endless group communal mentality. It's just such a waste of anyone's time, because it just does not work with us humans. We don't fit in this thing. We are independent individuals. We have to be that. And if we're not that, we are so unhealthy. We are so unhealthy and so screwed up if we aren't individuals, thinking for ourselves, doing stuff for ourselves, believing in ourselves, doing things that we think are right personally. If we're not part of that, if we think we're part of some mob, then we do horrible things. We're not human beings anymore. And that's the biggest concern when it comes to all this crap about communities. So, hopefully my rant here doesn't sound totally incoherent or anything, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. Just wanted to talk about, cultural Marxism, everything to do with communism, or socialism, or any of these isms where they bring in collectives, big groups of, oppressed people and all this stuff. It's so against individuality that we need to stop taking it seriously at all. It's worthless rhetoric. We just have to say, no, you're wrong, and here's why. Please stop talking about this. That's what I try to do. Hopefully, you can understand what I'm trying to say here. And if you don't, well, ask me. I'll talk about it more if need be, but I just wanted to get that off my chest today. So, thanks for listening, if anyone's there. And freedom will not die. Freedom will not die. That's my ending. Let's do that.